Souvlaki is an amazing Greek dish during the summer if you want to grill but still want a low-calorie meal. On top of that, I will show you how you can make a 10-minute high-protein pita and the classic tzatziki. Relax, I'm joking, it's called tzatziki and it's a yogurt-based dip. First, you need one chicken breast that weighs around 180 grams. Cut the chicken into roughly same-sized chunks. I will start by cutting off the thicker part of the breast into cubes and then half the cubes again so they have the same thickness as the other side of the breast, which I will also cut into chunks. As long as they are not hugely different in size, you will be fine. Put the chicken into a bowl. If you want to use vegetables for the souvlaki, I recommend yellow onions and or red bell peppers. The way I like to cut the onion is to slice it in half twice, ending up with single layers perfect to put on a skewer between the meat. Do the same for the red bell pepper. 1/2 of a bell pepper is enough. Slice it across in half and then cut the peppers into the same shape as the onion. It's good if the onions and peppers are the same size as the chicken, especially if you are not using a grill but a pan instead. Put the vegetables with the chicken into the bowl and then add the marinade. For that, add 5 grams or a teaspoon of olive oil, the juice of half a lemon, a strong pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper, a teaspoon of oregano, and a clove of garlic using a garlic press or a microplane. Mix everything so it's covered with marinade, and you could grill this immediately and will be fine. But if you want a more tender and flavorful chicken, I recommend marinating this in the fridge for about 2 to 4 hours. Next up, the holy Greek dipping sauce tzatziki. This versatile sauce goes well with pretty much everything on the grill. In a bowl, add 0% fat Greek yogurt. This is usually made with the full fat version, but this has double the calories and half the protein, so keep that in mind. For one serving, use 100 grams of Greek yogurt, a bunch of chopped fresh dill, the juice of half a lemon, 1 clove of garlic, again using a microplane or a garlic press, half a teaspoon or 2 grams of olive oil, a pinch of salt, and about 50 grams of cucumber. The easiest way is to use a box grater with the largest holes, but you can also chop the cucumber into very small pieces. You need to put the cucumber in a paper towel and really squeeze out all of the water to avoid a watery tzatziki with a lot less flavor. Once the cucumbers are fully squeezed, add them to the bowl and stir until you have a thick and creamy sauce. I'm telling you, this sauce is a must at every barbecue event and tastes great with pretty much every kind of meat. Next, the pita that you can make in about 10 minutes. If you don't want to make your own, there are good store-bought options that taste quite well. I would shoot for a 200-calorie pita. For a homemade one, mix 60 grams of all-purpose flour in a bowl, add a pinch of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and mix. This is also essentially how self-raising flour is made. Add 2 grams of olive oil and 60 grams of Greek yogurt, then mix until everything becomes crumbly, and then you need to go in with your hands and start kneading the dough until it forms a sticky ball. Place a non-stick pan on the stove without turning it on yet, add a tiny bit of oil, lay in the dough, and then press it down from the center to the edges to form a flat round shape. You can turn the dough occasionally so both sides get some oil for browning, then turn the stove to medium heat and bake both sides for 1 to 2 minutes. Flip it every once in a while until you have a golden brown color. This should take about 5 to 6 minutes in total. Finally, take the chicken out of the fridge and prepare wooden skewers. And what you have to do now is add a piece of chicken on the skewer, then a layer of onion, then a piece of red pepper, and then repeat with everything until you have about 3 to 4 skewers. Now, obviously these are great for grilling, which will also result in the best flavor. However, if you don't have a grill like me, you can absolutely use the non-stick pan where you just made the pita bread. Heat the pan to medium-high, lay the skewers in and cook for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. You can also close the lid to trap the heat. This will help cooking the top side of the skewer as well. Keep flipping for about 4 to 5 minutes in total until everything has some color and the meat is cooked through. And this is also the reason you should try to cut all the pieces equally. This will ensure that they all touch the pan surface for even browning. The finished souvlaki looks pretty good in my opinion, even when made in a pan, and I'm telling you, the chicken is so tender and juicy because of the marinade. I highly recommend doing this. To plate, use the pita bread as the base, add a good amount of tzatziki and top of all of the souvlaki skewers. This beautiful yet simple meal has fantastic macros with only 638 calories, 63 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat and 63 grams of protein. If you like this recipe, you need to check out my cookbook with over 200 low-calorie, high-protein recipes that will help you lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. Buy it once and get every recipe update for free. The link is in the description.